abusing humanitarian aid in Afghanistan.
Shia Rights Watch expresses its condemnation on the targeted bombings in the Iraqi capital Baghdad.
There is so much happening that now is the right moment to bring together the biggest stories in one place at one time. It's ambitious, it's a first for the Shia around the world. Join me, Ayub Nouinou, for Shia Waves, live only on Imam Hussein TV free.
Ali and her 3 children live in this, I could literally say, 3 by 2 meter room. It is morning, afternoons, evenings, her day off, when she goes to work, when she cleans, when she cooks, when she changes the kids, everything takes place in this room.
والله شو أقول لك بحياتي؟ حياتي أول وحدة تعبانة، وأنا لي 5 سنوات أنا من تطلقت، ها؟ بعد هذا ابني بلم هذا من انفصلت. ظليت عشي تشتغل بالغواطي حتى يدري بي أبا دائما أشتغل دواير.
Ali, a young age, he had asthma, and Ali says that she would buy the medication before, but now she cannot afford it. So she only leaves it to emergency cases where he'll be hospitalized. Ali has very little. However, she has a lot of faith. She's still a strong believer and she has hope. Let's work together, where your donations will give a lot of hope to Ali, where she can provide for her young Ali to have medication for him.
In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent. Now with today's main headlines. Shia Muslims prepared to commemorate painful martyrdom anniversary of Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, peace be upon her. Record rise in religious hate crimes in England and Wales. UN campaign helps over 500,000 stateless people gain nationality, but challenges remain. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, Islam is a religion of peace and harmony. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Ayub Nouinou and you're watching Shia Waves live on Imam Hussein TV free. The holy shrine of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, in holy Najaf has been draped in black to mark the somber anniversary of the martyrdom of Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, peace be upon her, according to the 40-day narration. Shia Waves correspondent in the holy city reported that the Secretariat General of the shrine has covered its walls with banners of mourning and organized programs of remembrance to honor this painful occasion, which is observed on the 8th of Rabi' al-Thani. He added that large crowds of Shia Muslims from across Iraq and other countries are expected to gather in the holy city of Najaf to offer condolences to Imam al-Mahdi. May Allah hasten his honorable reappearance. It should also be noted that the holy shrines of Imam al-Hussein and Abu al-Fadl Abbas, peace be upon them, have been covered in black banners of mourning, while Husseini Mawakib are preparing to begin their mourning ceremonies. The commemoration of the martyrdom anniversaries of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, serves to shed light on the oppression and injustices endured by the Holy Prophet's family, peace be upon them all. Religious hate crimes in England and Wales surged by a staggering 25% over the past year, reaching the highest levels in over a decade, Arab News reported yesterday, citing government data. The spike is largely attributed to rising tensions following the onset of the Gaza conflict, particularly since the Hamas attack on October the 7th. In the 12 months leading to March, police recorded a total of 140,561 hate crimes, with 70%, that's 98,799,000, classified as racially motivated. Notably, religious hate crimes climbed from 8,370 in 2022-23 to nearly 10,500, marking the highest annual figure since data collection began in 2012. Hate crimes against Jewish individuals more than doubled to 3,282, while incidents targeting Muslims totaled 3,866. Interior Minister Yvette Cooper condemned the appalling levels of anti-Semitic and Islamophobic offences, emphasising the need to combat this toxic hatred. She vowed to ensure that those spreading such animosity, both online and offline, face legal consequences. The report follows nationwide marches and memorials commemorating the first anniversary of the Hamas attack and subsequent Israeli actions in Gaza. Faith leaders from both Jewish and Muslim communities have urged the public to reject all forms of prejudice and hatred. The United Nations announced on Friday that more than 565,900 stateless people have gained nationality in the decade since it launched the I Belong campaign. The campaign, initiated in 2014 by the UN Refugee Agency, sought to resolve the problem of statelessness, a condition affecting millions worldwide. Statelessness occurs when individuals are not recognized as citizens by any country, leaving them politically and economically marginalized, unable to access essential services, and vulnerable to exploitation. The UNHCR has described it as a severe human rights violation. The agency's latest report marks significant progress since the campaign's inception, although it stresses that millions more remain stateless. In 2022, the UNHCR recorded 4.4 million stateless individuals across 96 countries, but it noted that the true number is likely much higher since the data does not cover the entire globe. While celebrating the progress, UNHCR Chief Filippo Grandi said, "Our work is not yet done." The campaign aimed to address what he called a largely invisible crisis, where millions live without nationality, unable to assert basic human rights. UNHCR also emphasized significant efforts in countries such as Kyrgyzstan, which has resolved all known cases of statelessness, and other nations including Turkmenistan, Thailand and Portugal, which have made strides in addressing the issue. 77 more countries have joined UN conventions on statelessness, and 22 have created national action plans to resolve the crisis. While the I Belong campaign is ending, UNHCR stated that it will launch a global alliance to end statelessness and continuous efforts to secure nationality for millions worldwide, confirming that a high-level meeting will be held next week in Geneva to address the ongoing challenge. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. Shia Muslims prepare to commemorate painful martyrdom anniversary of Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, peace be upon her. Record rise in religious hate crimes in England and Wales. UN campaign helps over 500,000 stateless people gain nationality, but challenges remain. Also tonight, Indonesia to expand farmland by 3 million hectares for food self-sufficiency. The Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi, emphasized that Islam is a religion of peace, always striving to promote security and harmony worldwide. In a series of brief messages published by his office, His Eminence highlighted that Islam seeks to extinguish the flames of war by addressing the root causes of conflict among people. The Grand Marja explained that true Islamic teachings not only aim to avoid war, but actively work to foster love, peace and reconciliation, noting that Islam prefers peace and truce, even if proposed deceitfully by the enemy. It is worth mentioning that the Supreme Religious Authority consistently stresses the importance of spreading the authentic teachings of Islam and educating the younger generations on applying these principles in all aspects of life. And now we continue with some short news. Hurricane Milton made landfall in Florida as a Category 3 storm on October the 9th, with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, CBS News reported today. The source put the confirmed death toll from the tragedy at 16. The storm caused significant destruction, destroying about 125 homes, particularly in senior mobile home communities, before making landfall near Siesta Key. Over 2.5 million residents lost power in Florida, predominantly in Hardy, Sarasota, and Manatee counties. As Milton weakened to a Category 2 storm, it brought heavy rainfall and flash flooding, with some areas receiving over 16 inches of rain. Tornadoes also touched down in various regions, exacerbating the situation. Mandatory evacuation orders were issued for 15 countries, impacting around 7.2 million people. Governor Ron DeSantis mobilized 9,000 National Guard members and over 50,000 utility workers to assist in recovery efforts. Residents faced long power outages and potential sewer system shutdowns as the storm continued to move across the state, leaving many to grapple with the aftermath of the devastating hurricane. Storm Kirk swept through France on October the 10th, resulting in one fatality and leaving 2 individuals in critical condition, Anadolu agency reported yesterday. The storm primarily impacted the southern region, particularly the town of Seti, where an amateur sailor was killed and another was hospitalized. Over 65,000 homes were left without electricity as heavy rains caused significant flooding in multiple towns. Railway services were disrupted across 5 regions, further complicating travel. In Pornic, a driver was rescued from a flooded vehicle and remains in critical condition. The Seine River in Paris rose to 2.722 meters and is expected to continue rising, prompting alerts from the weather authority Météo France, particularly in the north-central department of Seine-et-Marne. Countries have pledged to donate Mpox vaccine doses to address an outbreak in Africa, following the WHO's declaration of a global public health emergency in August, Reuters reported yesterday. The Democratic Republic of Congo, the outbreak's epicenter, launched its first vaccination campaign on October the 5th. Canada will donate up to 200,000 doses, while France has committed 100,000 doses based on local needs. Germany is also donating 100,000 doses from military stocks. Japan leads with a pledge of 3 million doses of its L16 vaccine. Spain will provide 500,000 doses, representing 20% of its stockpile. The US has promised 1 million doses and $500 million to support African nations, having already delivered 10,000 doses to Nigeria and 50,000 to Congo. The EU and member states are contributing at least 566,500 doses. Additionally, Gavi plans to purchase 500,000 doses, and Bavarian Nordic has an agreement with UNICEF for 1 million doses for Africa. Meta has launched its AI assistant in the UK on Facebook and Instagram, following earlier releases in the US, Australia and Brazil, The Guardian reported on Wednesday. Users can access the chatbot by tapping an icon in the app or by purchasing a £299 Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses, which feature a voice assistant. The launch faced delays due to regulatory issues, and Meta's AI services remain unavailable in the EU. The assistant, powered by the Llama 3.2 AI model, can generate text and images, while it can respond to voice commands using celebrity voices. This feature is not available in the UK. Meta aims to help users brainstorm content and share ideas with their networks. Concerns about privacy have arisen, as users must fill out an objection form in their app settings to prevent their posts from being used to train Meta's AI. However, interactions with the AI cannot be blocked from training the model. Meta also announced a new AI model, MovieGen, capable of creating realistic video and audio clips, though it is not yet publicly available. A significant solar storm is forecasted to hit Earth this week, raising concerns for already strained power grids in the US due to recent hurricanes, Anadolu agency reported yesterday. The US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has issued a severe geomagnetic storm watch for Thursday and Friday following the detection of a solar flare earlier this week. The NOAA cautions that the storm may lead to temporary disruptions in power systems and radio signals. In light of this, the agency has urged power grid operators and satellite controllers to implement necessary precautions. However, forecasters indicate that this storm is not expected to match the intensity of previous event in May, which was the most powerful in over 2 decades. Indonesia's incoming president, Prabowo Subianto, plans to increase food crop planting areas by 3 million hectares over the next 5 years as part of a food self-sufficiency initiative, Reuters reported yesterday. Prabowo, who won the February election, aims to achieve this goal within 4 years of taking office on October the 20th. Currently, Indonesia has 7.4 million hectares of farmland, a decade from 8.08 million hectares in 2015 due to land conversion for housing and industry. The expansion will focus on cultivating rice, corn and soybeans with plans to utilize swamps in South Sumatra, Central Kalimantan and Papua for rice cultivation. While environmentalists express concerns about potential deforestation, officials assured that no pristine forests will be cleared. Indonesia's rice production is projected at 30.86 million metric tons for this year, falling short of the estimated demand of 31.21 million tons, prompting a 2024 rice import quota of 3.6 million tons. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of the main headlines. Shia Muslims prepared to commemorate painful martyrdom anniversary of Sayyidah Fatimah al-Zahra, peace be upon her. Record rise in religious hate crimes in England and Wales. UN campaign helps over 500,000 stateless people gain nationality, but challenges remain. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, Islam is a religion of peace and harmony. Indonesia to expand farmland by 3 million hectares for food self-sufficiency. You can view the latest news on our Shia Waves website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Please contact us on the number at the bottom of your screen. Thank you all for watching. We pray to Allah Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the heart of London, Imam Hussein Media Group is on the brink of an extraordinary transformation. We are securing a new home, a sanctuary named after the Queen of Karbala, Lady Zainab Salamullahi alayha.